Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency and Wally Hatchett's Comfort Food and Drinks at 6439 Summer Avenue. Now here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this September the 3rd. My format, as I'm looking at, says SET the 3rd, but it means September the 3rd. I just want to make sure that my cohorts.
You always had trouble with the months of the year.
I did. Yeah. Well, I wanted to make sure you didn't even notice it. See? No. The spell check did not catch it, but it is September the 3rd. It is first Saturday, which means that not only do we have Gene Smith, the pun master himself. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning.
All right, but we also have in studio, knowing that I've had 3 allergy attacks this week. He's come all the way from the Hitherland in Lexington, Tennessee, to be in studio with us. Dave Gabbard. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, I left all the ragweed outside. So
well, thank you. I don't need any more ragweed. Ever since my chemo is wearing off, I'm back to allergy shots, and I'm back to suffering. I did not have any trouble with allergies during all my chemo treatment, all my radiation treatments, and now that I'm completed that part of my journey, now I'm stopped up, I'm sneezing, and everything else is coming back.
Back to normal.
Back to normal. And we do. Not only do we have Dave and Gene in studio, of course we got Shelby. We couldn't do it without Shelby McCall. But we have a special guest, and he journeyed by himself, too. I mean, he didn't bring his shotgun person or anything like that.
I didn't bring my sidekick.
No, left Anthony at home, let him do something else, and that's J.R. Sweat. Good morning, J.R.
Good morning, Larry. How are you?
I am doing great, getting better all the time, but this starts a really busy September for J.R., and we'll talk a lot with J.R. on the next segment. But on this one, it started on Thursday with the National Catfish Derby.
That's correct.
It started on September the 1st. And
runs through September the 24th.
And then on the 24th at Pickwick is
the World Championship of Catfishing. It's not at Pickwick. It's at Savannah.
I mean Savannah. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, it's at Savannah.
Downriver a little bit.
It's downriver a little bit. Well, we can discuss that. But it is.
There'll be some of them fishing in it.
Yes, they will. Pickwick. But we're glad to have you with us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
And got on his cat. Is that Team Catfish? Is that what that says?
Team Catfish all the way.
He's got his outfit on, and you left your long pants at home, Dave.
Hey, it's not fall yet.
Okay, and Gene will have some puns, right, Gene?
Right.
I mean, we have some left over after his 15 minutes of fame here when we let him run rampant with his own pun masters. But J.R., we're going to talk to J.R. through the show, but going to talk with Betsy Woods. This is Labor Day weekend. I guess all you folks know that this is the what we call I guess we would say Memorial, July 4th, and Labor Day. Is that the 3 that you would say was?
Yeah, by far,
Labor Day is
always the biggest. Is always Memorial.
It is. That kicks it off. And
everybody's, been itching to get out because of cold weather. Then the 4th of July, but then Labor Day.
Winds it up.
It kind of tapers off because you got dove season that opened last Thursday, and a lot of people wait today. In fact, after the show, up in the morning, I'm going.
I know you are.
My son and grandson out to a friend of mine's that'll have a shoot this afternoon.
And so most people dove hunt. The ones that dove hunt one time a year, they hunted Thursday at noon.
Yeah, but
that's a social event,
and the social events are today.
Yeah, okay. The social events was.
I just go and I'm kind of like Gus and Lonesome Dove. I just sit over in the shade and talk philosophy.
That sounds like what you might do. But anyway, we're going to talk to Betsy Woods, TWRA. It has been a rather dismal year for fatalities. At this time last year, we had 19. We've already got 24 this year.
You ever notice
and
that?
we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
You're going to get into that.
Okay, well, we were just discussing the other day. It seems like this year, you read a lot in the media, boating fatalities, water fatalities, people falling off cliffs.
Yes, yeah.
People getting eaten by alligators.
Yeah, you told me that.
People walking around and dying of, with no water.
We don't have any pythons.
Desert, so
okay, so
it's been a strange year.
Well, we hate to see that number 24. So we're going to talk to Betsy. We missed out last week, and we're going to admit it on the front end that Joella Bates' interview did not get in last week's show, and Joella left Thursday for Italy. And I guess you guys have had Joella on, hadn't you? JR?
I don't think so.
Well, you need to. Joella Bates is representing the United States. Of course, she's right out of West Tennessee here, and she's representing the United States on the women's team at the 3D Archery World Championship starting this weekend over in Italy near Rome. So we're going to run back Joella's interview, and then we're hoping on this Saturday morning to try to find the gray-bearded adventurer. He's on the Mississippi River. He's closing in on the oldest person to ever paddle from the source to the sea. That's Dale Sanders out of Bartlett, and he's on course to be there on September the 8th in the Gulf of Mexico. Started on June 14th on his 87th birthday. And so we're hoping to get Dale. And then, of course, we'll close out today's show, as we always do on the first Saturday, with our Little Red River report with Jay Gudemuth, the guide over on the Little Red River, and, of course, Lindsey White, the GM at Lindsey's Resort. But, as we said, Thursday kicked off. Everything is starting, even though the temperature has not really felt like it too much, as the World Catfish Derby starting off, dove season starting off at noon. It's a tradition, right?
Yeah, it's always been a tradition.
A tradition.
Yeah. It's
work week start.
I remember one year that they tried to change it. One of the commissioners
they tried. Yes.
wanted to change it, and he liked to get run out on a rail.
Yes, yeah.
And because it's just tradition.
And they couldn't find a rail.
Couldn't find a rail, couldn't find no tar or feathers.
No. So it's a tradition, but that is this. But as far as JR is saying, this is his big month for catfishing, and not only that, but the big World Championship on the 24th, and the week before that, the Saturday before that, is the Monsters.
That's correct.
Coming on out of the Pyramid, and so we're going to talk to JR today, and then we'll get back with JR after his event to get all the results and everything, and then we'll be posting it on LarryRay.com. But we'll talk next week about the big Monsters event at the Pyramid. But at the same time, I'm really interested because this thing goes back 81 years. 81 years. That's right, JR?
Yes, sir.
81 years.
81 years. That's
before me. Some people may not realize that, but that's before me. But I can remember when we first came to Memphis in '67. That's 1967, not 1867.
You didn't come down on a keelboat?
No, that somebody already had it rented that day. Okay. I was trying to get it, but I had been to that event, and JR is putting new life and blood into that, starting with the Derby, and we'll get JR to explain a lot of that because you talk about tradition. He was just telling us what was you said. Tell us what you said about the first place was worth what?
I had a gentleman send me a photo, and I'm not sure the date or what it was, but it was back yonder.
Back yonder,
and
okay.
It was a 12-foot hand-honed Cypress-built boat.
Yes, with a
3-horse Wizard air-cooled motor.
If they'd have caught a 65-pound catfish, they wouldn't need a motor.
That's right. I used to have a little 3.5-horse Scott Atwater air-cooled motor.
You did?
Yeah.
I think I had a 5.
I've been crazy enough to be going up the Mississippi River, on side Mississippi River.
I wish you hadn't told that. The audience, we just lost some listeners because they won't believe that.
And back there in turkey hunting.
Oh, you're
back there in the days.
Yeah, and
back yonder.
Yeah, and of course, Gene, you've had some classes already.
Yeah, I've had 3 this year.
Okay.
The last one I had 35 kids in it.
35
people,
kids.
People.
Yeah, people. Well, yeah, people.
And I had two ranger camps at Shelby Forest and two camps at Shelby Farms.
Yeah, the camp at Shelby Farms was pretty neat, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was good. We was in the dirt, that round building next to the playground. It's a tent that the new nomads used back in Asia.
Like a yurt.
Yurt, that's what it is.
Okay,
Yurt.
a yurt.
I'm stunned. That's a trivia question. You know, a yurt.
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 How do you spell that?
Y-U-R-K.
Yeah, Y-U-R-K.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. That's what I thought it was. But
you know, people pay high dollars for that. They call it glamping.
They call it glamping now.
You know, luxury camping, glamping.
Of course, this one has a concrete floor and central air and a refrigerator.
Okay, well, but Gene has been heavily involved in a lot of these different things. That's why we're looking forward to talking to Betsy Woods. Her and Don King usually come over. He brings us a guitar. She brings a life jacket for all of us to wear and everything. And I hope that you folks out there this weekend will be wearing those life jackets, right? Because this is the time of the year you'll think, well, you don't know what the water temperature may be, but just do not leave home without it. But going to have a lot of fun on today's show. Appreciate all your prayers and everything as I continue this journey. I'm looking forward to full body scan. I don't know on the 5th of October, and then meet my cancer doctor on the 10th, and we'll determine what's next for me. What's next, I hope, is deer season coming up. Boy, did you see some pictures of those velvet deer? Wow. Wow.
Don't forget, next weekend is Goat Days in Millington.
Goat Days in Millington.
I've seen a banner.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, early this morning.
All right.
Coming down.
We'll talk goats next week. We're going to stick to the regular animals this time. Okay? All right. Let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry. J.R. Sweat's here. We're going to come back and talk about the World Championship of Catfishing. We're talking about the National Catfish Derby. So much going on out of Savannah. One of my favorite places. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.